key things that you need to do if you're building a startup. Number one, have the hard talk session with your co-founders. It's a big mistake to actually incorporate the business first before having this conversation with your co-founders. You want to be sure that you and your co-founders are on the same page. So have the discussion on equity split. Who would get what? Who will get 50%, 40%? Have discussion on vesting schedule. How long should the shares be vested? Over a 4-year period and a 1-year cliff period. Have conversations around roles and responsibilities. Who will be the CEO? Who will be the CTO? And this should purely be based on their contributions and the value they are bringing to the company. Next, after having the hard talk conversation with your co-founders, you want to go ahead to prepare the founders agreement. Now, this agreement is very key, and as a matter of fact, I recommend that you have it even before you incorporate the company. Remember, you've had discussions on how to split equity and on who will be doing what. So your founders agreement would incorporate all of those things that you've talked about in your hard talk session. So things relating to who is the CEO, the responsibilities of the CEO, and every other thing relating to how you're going to run and manage the company together should be included in your founders agreement. Now, after having the hard talk session and after having the founders agreement prepared by a trusted and an expert lawyer, next you want to incorporate the company. Now, with incorporation, you're going to factor in the shares that you've allocated or that you've agreed to allocate to your co-founders and to other people. You're going to have that incorporated into the CAC document. And if you have some other people who you're planning to give shares to in the future, you're going to also factor that as well during the incorporation process. After incorporating the company with the CAC, you also want to now secure your intellectual property for the company. The reason is because the company should own everything relating to the IP in the company. So whether it is the founders who are developing the product, or you've outsourced it, or you're working with independent contractors, or even your employees should actually transfer ownership of IP to the company. Another thing you want to do in order to protect your company as a founder is to have actual legal documents that are tailored to your actual legal needs. Here's what I mean. There are different stakeholders in your company: your employees, your co-founders, your investors, your consumers of your product, your users. Even regulatory bodies are actual stakeholders in your business. So each agreement that you're going to have in place should address their specific legal needs. For your founders agreement, or for your founders, you need an actual founders agreement. You need an actual shareholders agreement that will cater for the needs of your shareholders, which includes not just your founders alone, but employees who have shares in the company, as well as independent consultants who you have issued shares to in exchange for their expertise, and as well as investors. You also want to have clear investment contracts, such as a share purchase agreement if you have investors in your company, or if you're planning to have investors who are going to be giving you money in exchange for equity. If you have other stakeholders such as users of your product, you want to have a clear terms and condition on your website so that people know exactly what to do, how to use your product, and what their rights and obligations are when it comes to the use of your product. When it comes to the intellectual property protection aspect of your business, you also want to have the right legal documents: an IP assignment agreement, a non-disclosure agreement, a confidentiality agreement. All of these things are necessary to help you protect and secure the legal aspects of your business. Now, I need you to understand that when it comes to the legal aspects of your business, you cannot afford to do "I found someone cheaper." Your focus should be, who would give me the best legal representation, who would help me understand my business as I want it to be understood and protect me legally. And this is what my team and I at Barinada Legal are doing with the Business Legal Structure Program. We're helping founders like you put proper legal structures in their business. We're helping them build businesses with solid legal foundation so that they can focus on actually growing their business while we watch the legal aspects of their business for them. If you feel like you want to be in a program where you're working with actual startup lawyers who understand the legal aspect of what you're building, regardless of your industry, then I encourage you to enroll for the next cohort of the BLS program. We're kicking off on the 5th of January 2025, and we're going to be working with just 50 founders. So you want to be amongst the lucky founders who are going to have their business properly structured. Every information you need about the program will be in the comment section, in the DM. You can send me a DM, or you can just click the link somewhere in our bio to read up more about the program. But simply just send me a DM and someone on the team would reach out to you. I'll see you on the program.